Y'all watch the big green monster coming up the road. I can't really say road. I mean, it is technically the old down row right there. Well, kind of. I actually think the old down row's like right there. Yeah, he's coming up a row, an area. Got plenty of wood. Y'all can see all the wood cut. I've always wanted to do a clear cut with this 853. I've always thought it would be just a bad son of a gun, and I am absolutely correct on that point. So today is going to be the day we're going to talk about the John Deere 853, what's going on with everything. That's a big old skidder. Ain't don't really look it, but that's pretty good size drag wood. This stuff is heavy, you hear me? But anyway, we're gonna talk about the 853 today. We're gonna go over everything that's happened with it, all that good stuff. We're gonna talk about it's one thing I don't like about this camera is it is a little more shaky than a GoPro. I mean, I guess you got pros and cons of everything, but anyway. I'm fixed to put the camera in the cab with me. I'm gonna get all mic'd up and everything. And we're gonna talk about the 853 from start to finish, everything with it to current day right now where we stand at this very point in time. Today is Monday for us. We have only 9 loads today. For some reason or another, we've been cut. I got bugs on me, and I'm trying to keep them off of me, and shaking y'all all over the place. But anyway, we got cut 2 loads. I know why some of it is cut because one mill is still not functional. I did get confirmation a while ago they did get the mill started. So hopefully in a couple of days, Michael's got all that headed up through there. He got all from right there where he's at all the way up to his left side. Y'all can see all that wood he's got headed up over there, and he's got wood headed up over there and everywhere else. Anyway, they did get the mill started up Saturday, so that's a plus, and we know that they're operational now. So anyway, we're fixing to jump in the cab. We're going to talk about the track cutter for a little bit. Get everybody caught up and on the same page. It's going to be very long. But just figured I'd kind of catch y'all up on what we got for today before. Man, these love bugs are horrible out here. Before we just jump into today's video, let me zoom this out and see if I can show y'all what in the world I'm talking about. Y'all see can y'all see them black bugs there? I don't know if I can see them on camera. Those are called love bugs. Jesus, I hate these things. But anyway, it's gonna be a rather long video, so y'all just go get you something to drink and get set down and get comfy. We fixing to have story time. Okay, so today we're gonna talk about the 853 John Deere track cutter. I've decided to go ahead and set both cameras up. Let y'all watch out front and be watching on this camera here at me. And at least y'all got something interesting to watch while we talk about this. For some of you, it's going to be a very interesting subject because you own equipment. You are a logger. Some of you're interested in it just because you like following the channel and you've seen the story going along with it. Some of you are new and you're going to be like, screw this, and turn this off after about another 30 seconds of me just talking. And that's fine. I don't intend this video to be massive or anything like that. This is just trying to get everybody caught up where we're at and explain the full story with John Deere and the 853 track cutter. So, as y'all see, we're inside a John Deere track cutter. This is the loaner machine. It is not technically ours yet. Catch that yet. Backstory. Go all the way back to, I believe it is May of this year, 2020. We started having heating issues. I believe it was May. It might have been sooner than that, but I mean, I can't remember exact dates and everything like that, but we started having heating issues with the machine. It was very random, but apparently the thermostats on the John Deere motors, they like to stick. It's known. They come out and they changed it and it got a little bit better, but it didn't ever get quite back right. They fixed some other, they tried some other stuff over time. It took, let's see, they put a water pump on it. They changed, they ended up changing the fan motor. I believe they changed it twice because the fan on this is not run off of pulleys like a regular car engine fan, you know, on your motor. It's ran off of a hydraulic pump, so it's a standalone unit. It reverses and everything else, like I've showed y'all how our skidder fans reverse before. So we fought a long, enduring process of very lacking service, I guess would be the nice way to say it, from Doggett, Doggett is my John Deere dealership, which is, I mean, they are the people I have to deal with, or Dad, whoever, however you want to put. We as a company have to deal with Doggett. We can't go directly to John Deere because that's just how the chain of command works. You're supposed to work with your dealer and not try and go above or around them. And for the most part, that's what we've done here. But they were having some very serious personnel issues, come to find out, at the shop and at the dealer, and that is why we were receiving less than even I guess I'm lost at the word I'm looking for here, but it was well less than stellar performance that we were seeing from our dealership, and as much equipment as we have. To catch all up on that, we have 2 John Deere track cutters, we have 2 John Deere actually I'm sorry, we have 3 John Deere skidders, a 748 on my job, a 748 on Dad's job, and also an 848 on Dad's job. So it took some time, and they kept sending mechanics, and the thing of that was, I mean, the mechanics were doing their job. This one, in my personal opinion, wasn't, I don't think he was quite as acclimated with the machines, the track bunchers, as the other 2 that they were having work on them. But anyway, sometimes you got to take what you can get in a situation like that, and that one mechanic wasn't working to the best of I ain't gonna say to his ability, to his knowledge. Not saying that he couldn't learn the machines, but at the time of him trying to work on my machine, he knew very little about the bunchers, and I think the end result was a part of that, and I might not should be saying that, but it is what it is. But anyway, so I get y'all gonna see that I get sidetracked real easy. I'm pretty sure I have ADHD, and here in a second I might be like, oh look, squirrel. So anyway, so we finally got some service, I guess what you'd say, out of our dealership. They finally started working with the machine, and I was dead nuts convinced that it needed a engine put in it, because it went to, it was running hot all the time. The hydraulics would get goofy. You couldn't run it but for just a few hours in the morning, and then it would get all goofy with you. Then the hydraulics would get, the engine would get so hot that it would derate itself. Derating itself means it reduces the power output of the engine to try and protect the engine. Anyway, they were trying to, the engine would go in derate, trying to protect the engine, and you just couldn't use the machine. The machine sat for like a week before they come and done anything with it. It went to the shop. They worked on it. I went and tried it at the shop, and it took a couple of times of going up there before we got the heating side of things fixed. Then y'all saw the issue with it being unloaded off the lowboy. Still broke. It had some kind of cooling line blowed on it from the shop. Then, we went from that to it was still god awful weak. Just all kinds of stuff, and just back and forth, and then finally, we had to use our own personal tigercat 822 to cover the John Deere. Then our machine missed a total of, I think we got actually 5, maybe 6 full weeks that we were not able to use our John Deere track cutter. We used their machine. They give us a loaner machine for like 4 or 5 days, and then they took it back, and then we had to use our track cutter, our tigercat track cutter. And this machine is still under warranty now, and we're having to use our machine to cover it and all this other stuff. And then a big old run around with the service department again. And then they finally got some people in the service department who seems like they're going to be good people once they get the rest of the shop stuff lined out. And then, let's see, we went from using our tigercat, then they brought us, then they brought me my machine back, and it still wasn't right. Then they kept trying to work on it for a couple of days, and then we got really frustrated with them, and Dad threw a very big fit, and this brand new machine that you see right now showed up on the job. They sent an engineer down. Before they sent the engineer down, the mechanic started pulling things out of the valve body back there for the hydraulics, and there was some serious scarring took place to some of those little plunger things. Compensators is what they were calling them. Some serious scarring took place to those little compensators apparently, and then we found fine metal shavings in a hydraulic oil sample, and then that's when Deere sent their engineer down. And in my honest opinion, they sent him down. I like the guy. I've worked with him before whenever I was prototyping their machines and all that, and we'll get into that in a second. But it's nothing to do against him, but I just feel like they sent that man down here to try and show that it wasn't something that John Deere done wrong. And they did find more metal in it, but it was after they installed a valve body section on the 853, or multiple valve body sections, and ow! Well, that's how you don't cut storm damage. That tree was lodged. Y'all see that tree there? It was lodged, and I just dislodged it. Good Lord, that was loud. But anyway, they found some serious scarring on them little compensators, and the heating issue ended up being something to do with a fan compensator, which is the little plug-in thing, plunger thing that makes it work. And I know I'm kind of getting lost here, but it's just a whole bunch of information to dial in at one time here. But it took them a while to finally get off their ass and the dealership get doing what they need to be doing. So long as they keep doing what they have done so far, I'm fine with my dealership. But at the time, and many of y'all have seen it, I mean, man, the dealership was just, they were killing us. They were killing us. And it's nothing to do with Deere or their product. And what ended up happening was something, we believe, the John Deere engineer guy kind of said otherwise. But he said that he believed the metal come from their supplier for the valve body sections. He believes that they sold Deere or Doggett a bad valve body section that had a piece of metal in it, and he believes that's where the big chunks of metal that we found in the system come from. So I don't believe that, because we found metal in the system before we changed those compensators out. I believe there was something took place internally with the fan, since it's all tied to the hydraulics. That was the reason for the overheating to begin with. And whenever that went bad, then that sent metal through the system, and that's why the machine started running hot and went all down the crapper all at the same time. That's my opinion on it. I can't prove that other than just that's just my theory. It seems pretty logical to me, but the engineer said otherwise. But that, I mean, like I said, he was just here. He was, in my opinion, he was here trying to play insurance man for Deere, so Deere didn't have to fall back and eat that machine. But they did take the machine. They took it Friday. They took it back to the Doggett store. They're supposed to be taking that saw head off, taking all the hydraulic components on it off, going through it and cleaning it very thoroughly. And then they're supposed to be bringing that head out here, putting on this machine, and this machine will now become mine. I'm not going to go into any financial things on it. I will just say Doggett done what they needed to do to make this deal right for us. We're very appreciative of Doggett for doing so. It's not that I think we're more valuable than than the next customer. I believe every customer should see that kind of service from their dealership. But the money that we spend with them, compared to some, is a drop in the bucket, but for around our area is quite a bit. And we felt like we should have been getting a lot better service from the get-go, and we're getting it now. So long as things keep going like they're going, things seem to be going in a lot better path than where they were 3 months ago. So another little backgrade story here. Reason why I'm not going to say I push John Deere, but why I like the John Deere product. I love the John Deere product. I'm not going to tell you I love their skidder. Their skidders are okay. I'm not going to tell you I favored one over the other. Honestly, and I mean, overall machine-wise, if I had to pick one, I'd probably tell you I would prefer the tigercat, just because the tigercat seems to be a little more quicker on the ground. But as far as cutters go, track cutters go, I mean, tigercat builds a good 822, but it ain't nothing compared to this thing, y'all. I mean, these 853s are so strong and badass and fast and all the things that come along with that, all that, this 853 is just, it's another animal, man. It's just another animal. I thoroughly enjoy their track cutter, and I'm not saying that it has my opinion biased one way or the other, but I was involved with the prototyping. I come in on the last side, like the field testing side, with the 803s whenever they were prototyping them, and that has opened lots of doors for me with John Deere. Specifically speaking, working with Timbermatic, and before it was Timbermatic, Timber Navi, they hooked me up with that, and I got to give a lot of input on it, but mostly Timbermatic. Lots of stuff in Timbermatic is for, ideas that I've shared with them and whatnot, especially on the thinning side of things. I just thoroughly enjoy running one of these John Deere track punchers. It's smooth, it's quiet, it don't beat you up all day long. The controls are comfortable, the feet pedals are comfortable. It's just, it's a nice machine to get in and run. I can get in it and run 10 hours a day and not feel like I've done anything. Where I get in that tigercat and I run hard 10 hours in it, I feel like I've been outside playing with a chainsaw or something, but I'm not saying I feel like I owe John Deere anything, and I hate that it got to the point that it got to where things got rather nasty towards Deere and Doggett from us. But we were done. We were if they wasn't going to do something to make this right, we were going, we'd done discussed it. We were going to be pulling all of our John Deere products, parking them, selling them, and going all tigercat as we could, even if that meant losing production for the time being. We were not going to buy any more John Deere products. And not saying we're going to continue buying them, but so long as their service continues to be where it's at right now, we will always consider them. It's just the store has to take care of its customer, and if the store has personnel, if they can't keep personnel there, that store and that product that they sell is not worth keeping. It's not worth purchasing. So I said I've done a lot with Deere. Deere's done a ton for me, and I'm sure John Deere will be watching this, and I'm sure I've stuck my foot right in my mouth with them to continue work with them. I hope not. I think that's one of the reasons they took me on to begin with the first time, is because I told them how it was. I didn't sugarcoat anything with them. I was very honest, very truthful about the products that they had me testing. And look at this, we're fixing to make a mess. Maybe not. Yep, we're making a mess. But I just hope that the people at John Deere understand where we were coming from, and those of y'all at John Deere that's watching this, you're not too mad at me, and y'all keep me in the loop with whatever. But like I said, I guess I needed to express where I'm coming from, because I do believe in the the John Deere stuff. I've spent a lot of time with these people, and they really are trying to help the loggers, and I just hated that everything got to where it got to with this ordeal. And hopefully from here forward, everything will continue to be good like it has been for the past few months, and we can continue to do business with John Deere. But I mean, if it don't, and we have to move on to other business ventures, well, then that's just how it is. And the time that I've got to work with the John Deere engineers, I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I appreciated the opportunity to be part of the John Deere team, if you want to look at it like that. So we've rambled on pretty good bit now. I told y'all it was going to be a long video. Hopefully that kind of sums up everything. So everything in a nutshell: machine ran hot, poor service over a long period of time. We got the machine fixed. The machine has metal in the system. Dogged is going to trade us out of that machine and into this brand new 853. And this one's got tri-rail. So I end up getting my tri-rail that I've always wanted. How about that? So yeah, that's that, guys. I'm excited to get another new machine and keep working the new machine and all that. And yeah, I'm just glad we finally got something done with all that, and hopefully I didn't piss off too many people along the way. It's just something. What we were doing wasn't getting what we needed done. I had a voice, I had a camera, and I had a platform to voice my opinion on. And it took it a few months, but it finally made its way to John Deere, and things took some drastic changes very, very quickly. And like I said, I hated we had to go that route with it, but sometimes when a man's got his back up against the wall, you just got to do what you got to do. That's an ugly pile of wood right there. All that broke up mess. But anyway, guys, thank y'all so much for watching this video. And hopefully that answers a lot of questions on the John Deere track cutter, and why I won't let him go. I've got a lot of time in these things with the engineers and whatnot, and I'm not gonna say I'm biased to them, but I do enjoy running them. I enjoy running them a bunch. So anyway, y'all go subscribe for me. Thank y'all for watching. Hit that like button. Make sure you got the notifications turned on to get notified whenever I post a video, usually every day. And until the next video, I'll catch y'all next time.